President Cyril Ramaphosa will be attending the commemoration of the genocide against the Tutsis in Rwanda that was in 1994. The country is marking 30 years since millions of Tutsis were killed in 1994. Several heads of state and government will also be part of this commemoration. For the latest on this, now live from Rwanda for us, SABC News International Editor Sophie Mokoena. Mokoena, thank you very much indeed for your time this morning. So the President of France, Emmanuel Macron, basically saying France could have stopped the genocide. And has there been any reaction to what he said, of course, on the eve of the commemoration taking place tomorrow?
Yes, Griselda, you are correct. Many people here in Rwanda are saying that it is good that some countries have finally acknowledged that they could have done something to stop the genocide, but that doesn't exonerate them. And other people are calling for reparation, particularly the victims who lost their loved ones, and some of them are still having challenges of injuries after that terrible tragedy. We spoke to some of the survivors yesterday, an international conference where countries were giving their best in terms of explaining what happened and how they were not able to assist. We know that the United Nations also is being criticized that at that time not much was done by the world body to ensure that the other countries are working hard to ensure that that tragedy doesn't happen. I spoke to a survivor who was there, and this is what she had to say.
You feel sad about it because this is someone who is in a big position saying something. I mean, it was possible to avoid it, which means, yes, indeed, it was possible, but the whole world went quiet. So it's a sad kind of testimony, but also it's good because you realize that maybe if they're saying it today, could be the same thing won't happen again in other places. But unfortunately, we are seeing it.
We are seeing it. Why are you saying we are seeing it? Where?
Just if you move across in Congo, you see people killing each other and burning and eating people's meat, which is horrible. And one more time, the world is watching.
In the Middle East, in Gaza?
Yes, yeah, everywhere in the Middle East we're seeing it, but I was mentioning Congo because it's next door. It's next door, and what is happening here, people who are targeted, it's kind of the same history repeating itself, much as it is across the lake.
Your message to the world as a survivor in relation to when there are signs of genocide, your message to all the world leaders, including the United Nations.
So I think the world once said never again. That was some years back when the genocide, the Holocaust happened. And today we're still saying never again. But when the same thing happens in other places and you continue saying never again, doesn't become, you don't put it in action, then you say it's very unfortunate. So when the word says never again, they should mean it.
All right, so Ms. Sophie, who are some of the signatories who will attend the commemoration? Very disheartening to hear from some of those survivors about how the world could have done more and nothing was done about what happened in 1994 in Rwanda. Who are some of these signatories who will attend the commemoration?
Well, we know that countries that are really committed to attending the memorial are countries who feel strong about the Convention on Genocide, the UN Convention on Genocide that was adopted in 1947. And therefore, you'll see many of those countries attending. You know that the South African President Ramaphosa, will be arriving in Kigali later today. We saw the President of Mauritius, we saw the leaders of different countries arriving. But we also expect the former President of the United States of America, Bill Clinton, to attend on behalf of the government of the United States of America, and other countries will be sending representatives. We expect 17 heads of state and government, but you know that not much has been divulged in terms of those countries, except those that arrived yesterday that we saw. And also we know that the President of South Africa is coming. The Minister of International Relations arrived earlier today. I will be in conversation with Dr. Naledi Pandor just before 1 o'clock to get a sense of what South Africa is saying, particularly after we spoke to President Paul Kagame, where he also spoke about the relationship between South Africa and Rwanda, saying that he would want to see better relations, as we know that currently the issues of visa are a thorny issue. And also there are also outstanding matters in terms of what's happening in the DRC, in the eastern part of the DRC, where you have the SADC contingent. On the other hand, you also have the president of the DRC accusing the president of Rwanda of supporting the M23 rebel, and the president of Rwanda, when we spoke to him, saying that you can't drag other countries in matters that evolves or revolves around your own country, particularly when a certain section of the population is not happy. The leader of that country must deal with that. But it is important to get South Africa's views and give South Africa a right to reply.